Welcome back to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans right here on the YouTube and the Twitch and wherever you get your podcast audio worldwide. To my left, your right, Mrs. Alicia is back. What is up?
Nada, just coming off the high that was the show tonight.
It was a hell of a show. We've got new champs. If you can tell, I'm sporting a certain design on my cap here. Something I got recently. No, it's not actually Macklin's cap, but I felt
really. Oh God, I thought it looked.
No, this is actually something I got at TJ Maxx. This is, what brand is this? This is Highland Tactical, and I was like, and they have all sorts of like looking like patriotic type skull looking Punisher baseball caps. So and I hate the trucker style. I like this stretchy, breathable kind.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah, forward.
So hell yeah. So new champs. What did you think about the event overall? And I want our audience to chime in too as we're going through this tonight.
Yes.
A lot happened. A lot happened.
Lot of excitement. Honestly, I wasn't as excited going into it as I was actually watching the show. It turned out being a phenomenal show. Really exciting. I felt really drawn into the matches. Even if some of them were a little repetitive, it was like it felt final and good, and I don't know, I'm kind of jumbled. We'll go through it. We'll unhatch it as we go along, of course, but at first impression it was a really good pay-per-view.
Right, yeah. And that the people are reminding me in the chat already about some of the surprises that we got someone new to the roster. Actually,
Shelley
kind of felt like it was coming, but I think it was just a matter of when, because he had shown up a few months ago for, what was it? He Nick Aldis was in a tag match with his wife Mickie James, right?
Yes.
Against, was it Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green or something?
Oh my God, yeah, I believe so.
Is that how, that makes sense in my head, but I don't know if that's right or not.
Correct us in the chat if we're wrong, but it
Critical Sting's here. He'll let me know.
I was just going to say, is Critical in the room?
Yes, he's and even if he's not in the chat, he's quietly, how do you put it? Quietly lurking. Yes. The last time was at Slammiversary. Okay. All right, so it was last year. So it's been well over half a year. And there's going to be mixed opinions about him, because some people are for, some people like him, some people don't. He's not everyone's cup of tea. They also, we'll talk more about that in a bit. I also want to mention, yes, Tat in the chat. Tat, hey, wow, that rhymes. Multiverse United 2 coming up in August. Did they say Philadelphia?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm tempted to go because it's a Philly show, but yeah.
You should.
Well, my hesitance is because I have a feeling it's going to sell out like the other one did.
Yeah.
And maybe faster than the first one did. So I don't know. Well, that's what I mean is like, we'll see if I can actually get tickets.
Oh, you're just talking about the availability of...
Right. I have a feeling it's going to sell out again, so...
I gotcha. Well, fans are loving the camaraderie between companies. And if anyone is teaching that right now, it's New Japan. They're working with everyone. They're working with AEW. They're even doing behind-the-scenes things quietly, I think, with WWE. They're working with MLW. They're all over the place. They just announced the big thing where there's going to be like 3 or 4 Japanese wrestling companies all in one event. They're the king of sharing right now. It's amazing.
Mm.
So, yes. Low to the bone zone. Yeah. T-shirt incoming. I'm gonna have some free time coming up. I'm gonna be working on that. I'll make one for STP and TNI. Um, so yeah, this definitely had all sorts of. Um, it's one thing that I've said about Impact Wrestling for years now. You get a little bit of everything. You get a little bit of comedy. You get your great tag team action, your X division, your knockouts. It's a cornucopia of awesomeness.
It's definitely a variety show, to put it lightly.
Oh yeah, yeah, and everyone you can tell everyone there is trying their hardest to help the company shine. It's not
Yes.
I'm doing this for me, you know.
Right.
Even if Macklin looks like he's doing that for you, can tell he's proud to be there. Bell's boy in the chat with the $5 chat here. Thank you. Says Nick Aldis is back in Impact. Holy crap. Evening Lord of TNI, J-Bone, and Mrs. Alicia. I've never been called Lord of anything, but hey, I'll take it. Thank you. Just no bowing, okay? Just throw pennies. I'll take pennies. But thank you for the chat.
Always appreciate it, guys.
Yes. Excuse me. So this is what I get for eating salty snacks before a show.
Gotta have water, buddy.
Yeah, plenty of it. Plenty of it.
H2O on the rocks.
Yes. And gosh, what else? I can't think of like nothing else off the top of my head. So yeah, let's just dive into this. Let's start. Did you watch the pre-show?
I did not.
You did not.
No.
Gotta watch.
I was making chicken wings for the main event, buddy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. The Kaz inspired chicken wings. Isn't that one of his finishers?
Maryland style, boy.
Something like that, yes. So yeah, well, we'll just quick go over this. So we got Champagne, Singh, and Shera. Now it's like I was in a hurry to start watching this pre-show, and I in my senility forgot how to spell champagne. It's SHAMPAIN, right? Champagne.
Yeah.
Yeah, close.
Close enough.
Close enough. All right, we continue. Versus Rhino and Heath.
Oh wow, okay.
Rhino, and this was a rematch from, I think it was from a BTI either this week or last week, one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
So Rhino wins one for his team with a gore. That's always good to see. I don't know. What do you think about the whole like gimmick thing with the champagne thing?
I'm not as familiar with it, but something different always helps. Trying new things doesn't hurt.
It's also very new. He just started this within the last few weeks, so let's see where it goes. Maybe he can entice more people to his faction with his wealth.
It's like was that Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous?
Something like that.
Champagne. And caviar. Who's his partner again?
Shera.
Yeah, caviar Shera.
Caviar.
Champagne Singh and caviar Shera. There we go.
Oh man, just dishing out the caviar. There you go. There's your gimmick. It's a fun, quick tag match. It's a chance for more people to get on a show. Not too much else to say about it, but it's just a nice opening match. Then we get the Knockouts tag titles on the line. We got the Coven, which is Taylor Wilde. Coven. I did it again, didn't I? Damn it. I'm gonna have to go back to phonics class or something. But I don't know if there's a phonics class that teaches kids how to say Coven correctly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's a word you're unfamiliar with, then it's something you're not going to actually pronounce correctly most times, right? So,
thank God for Google. How do I pronounce?
Yeah, you can literally just Google it, and they'll give you the little.
And then even Google will make fun of you. It's great. It's great.
Hey.
So, all right. So the Coven. Here we go.
Yes.
Taylor Wilde and KiLynn King defending against the Death Dollz, Rosemary and JesSICKa. Now they made a point to say that the team of Rosemary and JesSICKa only tagged together once, unsuccessfully, I believe. That's what they said. So the odds certainly weren't going to be with them at this point. They're dealing with some stuff that I don't think, well, at least one of the two, I don't think really understands what's going on. Kind of like me.
Magic? What's that?
What's that? It's not just Care Bears and unicorns.
They're here.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
So what did you think about the Knockouts title match?
I didn't see it. It was. I missed it.
It was on the pre-show. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We talked about this already.
Yes.
Had I seen it, I'll obviously go back and watch it. Had I seen it, I'm sure it was fun because I like both teams a lot. It's hard for me to pick a winner when it comes to this.
Oh, right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's also hard enough. I think some of us are still mourning the loss of Taya. Yeah. I mean, who thought maybe she was gonna pop out during the match with PCO versus Eddie Edwards? You know, they open the match. Oh, there's Taya. She's been hiding there the whole time. Oh, look, she's a zombie.
Surely.
No, that's
okay. Those are still good.
That's just some more fake news. All right, starting off the actual card here, starting out hot. Oh my goodness, they are all set up in the ring. The Ultimate X.
Tag Ultimate X.
Yes, tag team titles on the line. The Bullet Club ABC. Ace, Austin. What? Are you singing over there? Oh, she started singing the ABC 1, 2, 3 Michael Jackson song.
Oh, carefully.
Yeah, this is something different.
TOS.
Yeah, right?
Can't even get a couple bars of that.
No. Yeah, I can't even get that high of a falsetto. It'd be ugly. Ace Austin and Chris Bay defending against the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Now, they've had quite the rough 24 hours. For those of you who may not know, I'll give you a little spoiler on an event from the night before. It was a New Japan event just down the block, I believe, in good old Washington, D.C. No, that's not really down the block, but anyways. So Motor City Machine Guns lost their New Japan Strong tag titles to Aussie Open. So they were certainly going into this probably, not themselves, little light in the belts, What did you think of this match?
Very exciting, of course. In my typical way, I'm going to say, what a great way to start the main show. I had a quick question though,
Shoot.
because I was trying to think back in my memory of Ultimate X matches, especially in the tag team. Is this the first tag Ultimate X match or no?
No, they've had them before.
Okay,
It's
that's what I thought.
I'm trying to think what Hannafin said. He said and he's great with these little details too. It's like the 40-some X match, but I don't remember how many tag matches.
Right.
Like how
I'm
many
foggy.
times. Yeah.
Especially since it's been a while. So
yeah, and it's not something they do all the time either, which is good.
yes.
And when they do it, they change it up. It's not always X division. It's not always the tag titles. Sometimes it's the women. Sometimes it's for another belt. So they keep you guessing, you know. Mick Thompson in the chat says, "Where is Bill? Bill was in the front row if you watched the event."
Oh yeah, he was right there in the corner where he always is.
He was.
Wearing red.
Saw a few friends of the show in the front row, so it all looked like they had a blast tonight.
Sold out show.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and it was also great to see them in this. Like I didn't realize until like the last few days where this event was actually taking place.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since we've seen the Rebel Complex on TV.
Beautiful arena. I couldn't help be drawn to the fun lights at the ceiling.
Oh, just visually, it's amazing.
Seeing a lot of the photography stills, gorgeous.
Yeah. Like when the boom camera is getting a pan of the whole stage in the background, you got the fans on either side, and then across the top you get whatever entrance so and so is coming out to. For a perfect example, talking about this match, when Motor City Machine Guns came out, and they the intros playing, and they got the big spread on the background there on the stage. Well, it continues all the way around the place, because the balcony is all lit up with LED lights. It's unbelievable. No, I've never seen another place. I mean, yeah, we see that in arenas when you see like the Raw in the background or the SmackDown going across the little thing, but this was completely different. Had a totally different feel to it. I love it.
Right.
It's been a while.
But this match was really good. Chris Bay showing a little knee injury signs there, but seemed to power through it. There was a fun game of American Gladiators too towards the end, where all four of them were coming from each side, and then they started like kicking at each other. I don't know. When I was a kid on the monkey bars at school and stuff, we used to play what they called American Gladiators. It was the same thing where you just try to kick each other off the monkey bars.
Oh yeah.
You know how kids do, just violent towards each other.
And then you're just hanging like a.
You're just hanging, and you got to like grip each other off with your legs. Yeah, it was American Gladiators.
Yeah.
But I thought that was fun.
You hope you fall on a soft part of the sand and not the cement that's connected to the pole next to you.
Well, when I was a kid, it was either rocks, little small rocks, or big chunks of wooden cedar that would get lodged into your skin.
Oh, like mulch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some ground up bark.
Good old mulch. Yeah, gotta love it. The good old days. Good stuff. All right.
Yeah,
so
growing up. Growing up before child safety. Oh boy.
Still have scars from it. Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, amazing tag match, and it's just something that puts it just elevates this team of Ace Austin and Chris Bay. They've been fighting hard over the course of this last year to really solidify themselves as a legit team, and they're there now. When you beat one of look, it's all subjective, but there's plenty of people out there that say that Motor City Machine Guns are, win or lose, still the best team in the industry for 15 years running now, or however long they've been around.
Absolutely.
And you beat them, especially, it's not just a tag match, in an Ultimate X tag match. That says something.
It's a big deal.
This is going to be one that the fans are going to be talking about for a while.
One for the ages.
It is. It's great. So I'm very happy for them. Amazing. I mean, yeah, it sucks that Sabin and Shelley had a pretty rough weekend, but still, that's, it's they're shining a light on the next generation, honestly, and you can't fault them for that. They're great.
It's beautiful, man.
It is. Next, we've got what I think is possibly the nail in the coffin of the story of. Well, I think we got a couple nails tonight with Callihan and his joining, or maybe not now, the design.
I'm not saying I called it, but I definitely called it.
So this next match, it was a multi-man match. You had the design featuring, I guess it was all of them. They were all in there. It was Angels.
4 against 3.
4 against, yeah.
Yep, 4 against 3.
Diener Callihan versus Dirty Dango, Joe Hendry, and then introducing Santino Marella. And he comes out with his Cobra, and well, he's just a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's not going to be winning any titles anytime soon, but man, he can still, everyone's doing this. For those of you who didn't
care?
Who didn't watch him back in the day, go watch like a few clips of him doing his shtick in the WWE back in the day. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He was
he's got great energy, I'll give him that.
He does, and he is actually very athletic. I mean, he
won
the Intercontinental title on his debut. So that's not a bad thing, So what's that? Oh, it's just Mrs. Bone being goofy. She loves the word intercontinental.
I like intercontinental breakfast. I'll have what I'm having.
I can't take her anywhere, especially if it's gonna be for intercontinental breakfast.
I love an intercontinental breakfast.
She's so goofy. I love her. So we're right at the end of the match. Diener's got Callihan's classic looking black baseball, the baseball bat, ready to take out Santino Marella, and he hands it to Callihan, and then Callihan turns on Diener, and it's about time. This has been a long time coming.
Yes. And I can't wait to see what Sammy has in store, because it's always something wild with that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like if it's just Diener versus Callihan, if it's
Callihan going through all of them.
It could be.
Gauntlet style.
Yeah. And another thing I've been saying is, what if Callihan brings in his own crew to go up against the design? Surprises everyone, and here's a new class of, Callihan kids, from his neck of the woods. Kind of like how he debuted back in 2017. Who knows?
Anything can happen. It's wrestling.
It's wrestling. It's
wrestling, boy.
So Dirty Dango, Joe Hendry, and Santino Marella win. Santino does his classic Cobra. And I can't wait to see what Callihan does next. But I mean, he he walked out. I expected him to stay and help the other team win even more, but just the fact that he walked out on his own team spoke volumes. So, all right. And then what? It's funny. I started writing stuff down because we got a promo from Tommy Dreamer and his crew, and it was very emotional. It was basically Tommy Dreamer summing up the last week where his mother was in the hospital and she was unresponsive, and so I mean, and this isn't just him, telling a story for wrestling. I'm all in on this. I think this is about as legit as it gets. Someone talking about his parents. So saying that if anybody's going to do anything, he has to be the one, even though they told him he didn't have to be there. He's like, no, I got to do this for me. I got to do this for everyone I'm with, and I'm going to especially do this for my mom. So, prayers to Mama Dreamer out there, and hope she recovers from whatever's ailing her. So, very emotional promo. So I thought that was next. So I started writing down all the stuff. Come to realize, oh no, we're getting the last rights match.
Yeah.
With PCO and Eddie Edwards. So there go my notes. They're all in chaos now. PCO, Eddie Edwards. Lish comes out to help Eddie. No other surprises. Kind of was hoping for maybe. I was like, okay, they open up the coffin. Maybe someone.
Thought Sue was gonna pop out.
Yeah,
little Sue Satan.
That'd have been great. That really would have been great. But just the fact that the ref was sitting there opening it and closing it, I'm like, no, there's no way this is happening now. Unless it's like a trap door or something. But no, I don't think we're going to be that lucky. So what did you think of the last rights match between PCO and Eddie Edwards?
Great match, but I am excited to see where these two go now that it seems that this rivalry is ended. But it's been fun watching them kind of go back and forth with the ongoing storyline.
Oh, absolutely. And just PCO is he's always entertaining.
He is the Frankenstein of Impact, of wrestling.
And I always appreciate this, whoever helps him with his makeup, if he does his own or whatever. But I noticed something tonight that I never noticed before.
What's that?
His tattoos
of the stitching.
Yeah.
No,
he actually looks like he has like his arms like stitched on all over like a Frankenstein. I was like, well, on this day,
dedicated to the cause.
It is. It's great. I love it.
Although I just had a random thought, and bear with me here because it'll never happen, especially now that these two had a rivalry for so long, is that wouldn't it have been cool if that Eddie and PCO like joined teams? But while PCO is the Frankenstein monster, Eddie Edwards is the Frankenstein scientist, and then Alicia could be like the assistant. I don't know. I just thought that would have been an interesting team.
It is.
It's done though. It could never happen.
Well, no, it would have made sense had something like that happened, like Scott fired most of the Honor No More guys.
Right.
And PCO was the only one that left. So if they didn't start the rivalry back then, it would have been cool to have Eddie Edwards as like the, I don't know, it would have been like the Jerry Lewis, Dean Martin. Eddie Edwards would have been the straight guy, and PCO's the the spaz monster, whatever. I'm dating myself on that one again, but yeah, in an alternate universe, that certainly would have worked. But now I don't know what they're going to do.
You'll just have to wait and see.
So there's a wonderful idea here. It says Lish is Igor. What do you think of Lish being Igor?
No. Well, actually, Lish is awesome. I think that would be actually a cool challenge for her.
Bride of Frankenstein. Maybe? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. Bride of Frankenstein. Well, that would, yeah, but then she would have to be PCOs. Because Bride of Frankenstein was created to be Frankenstein Monster's lady friend.
Right. I know that went completely off the rails. So I love our chat. They're so goofy. All right. Next we got the X Division, the X Division title elimination match. We got Speedball Mike Bailey, Jonathan Gresham, and the X Division champ Trey Miguel in a triple threat. This was nuts. This was
wild.
This is one of my favorites of the night. I didn't think
Fair
we were going to
enough.
get a new champ, but I
did.
Did you really? Who did you?
Yeah, my money was on Gresham, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. But it's okay either way.
Yeah, I think he's going to have his time to shine.
Yes, I'm sure it's out there in the atmosphere, and you know what I mean. I maybe my brain is just like, well, he hasn't had it yet, but the other guys have. So just to be fair, right? No.
and yes, that
irrational.
That does make sense, totally. But I'm all for playing out the long game on this one.
Yeah, you're a fantasy booker. I get it.
So many people come in and win a title immediately, and that's not knocking anyone current or past or whatever, but sometimes it works. Sometimes it's like, could have waited a little maybe, but
yeah, establish them more as a talent in the company. I feel you.
Like the Coven, they didn't have to pull the trigger on that just because Taya was leaving, but it certainly added to the story.
Yeah. That's ongoing. That'll be ongoing for a hot minute, I think.
Yeah. They also got to establish a couple more women's knockouts tag teams too.
Right.
Keep that train rolling. But yeah. So all right. So you thought Gresham was going to win? Excuse me.
He's going to win.
He's going to win soon. Gresham was actually eliminated first, and then Trey pinned Bailey.
Speedball, yep.
And well, of course, the only way we were gonna get positively get a new champ is if Trey Miguel was eliminated first. Then it's a sure thing, absolutely. But nonetheless, definitely one of the highlights of the night, in my opinion.
Yeah, these guys really went to task.
Yeah.
Great match.
Little shocked that Gresham didn't have the mask on.
Yeah. I had mentioned that to Stefan when we were watching, because at one point he heard the commentators call him the octopus, and then I had to remind him that Gresham has the mask. It's like Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean, but in skeletal form.
Right. Yeah, it's one of the most unique, and it's when you think of masks, you think of like luchador masks.
Yeah.
And his is nothing like that. It's just to tie in with the gimmick because he's such a great technical wrestler.
Right. He looks intimidating as hell when he comes out in it too. So
yeah, it's like, oh man, he's Game on.
Game on.
Game on. So Trey Miguel, he retains here successfully. And they also pointed out right before this, they were showing, now I'm not familiar with all the faces that were out there. I think they mentioned them, but they had a bunch of the higher ups all in a row there. They had, Scott D'Amore, Leonard, what's his name? The former president, Leonard Asper.
Mm.
He's still ahead of Anthem, I think. But and then some other new guys, they were all there and they're, looking important in the front row there. I was like, oh man, just someone's gonna dive into the front row and they're gonna, land in Len Asper's lap. Can we please get that? No, it's we almost. I got to rewind here for a second. We almost got that during the Eddie Edwards PCO match. Did you notice that? Where Eddie Edwards was like this close to landing on the front row.
Oh yeah, that kind of happened a couple times tonight.
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, it's so you got all the suits in the front row. Let's not put any unneeded pressure on these guys. But yeah, Trey Miguel retains, and he had the spray painted belt, but he was like all in white, and he didn't tag anyone at the end of this. So I'm not sure, like, is the gimmick altering? Is he, I don't know what's going on with him.
I don't know. All I know is that what happens with that belt, with the spray paint belt, if he ever loses it, do this other person just have to carry around a spray painted belt?
You got to go to the store and buy some of that
paint remover.
Yeah, well, I've got you guys know I have cats, so the best thing to remove like cat stains is going to sound like I'm doing a plug for something, but I'm actually not. It's Whip It. You can buy it online, and it's a mix you can buy, and it's plant-based, and it actually cuts through paint, marker, stains, everything and anything. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Non-sponsored advertisement.
Yes. But speaking of sponsored, yes, let's talk about.
Oh, yeah. We're sponsored by Manscaped.
We are proudly sponsored by Manscaped. In fact, I felt kind of bad. I don't think we brought them up on our last show. So I wanted to take some time, and talk about it tonight. I did a little trimming of the old beard ski tonight using the Manscaped tools. So just yeah. Always works great for me. No nicks. Haven't had a nick yet.
It's got a flashlight. Helps you see better.
That's right. So, when you're trimming the hair, you can see it go all over the place with the flashlight. That's I don't know. But
it works, and they've got nose and ear clippers. They got ball dusters and feather fluffers and comfy undies and shirts and all kinds of fun stuff.
Yes, great tools for all those jobs, and you can get all of your stuff in the link below. Code TNI gets you 20% off and free shipping.
Woo! And spring is here and summer's around the corner, so you really want to, trim those bushes.
You want to trim up everything, right?
Yeah, clip the branches, all of it.
Branches?
I don't. You know what? I was just thinking of outdoor work, and just let it go. Just let it ride, all right, buddy?
The hedges.
I was thinking of the stuff outside.
Oh, yes. 20% off free shipping. Code TNI. Go get yourself some stuff. All right. Now, we got the hardcore war Team Dreamer versus Team Bully Ray. Sorry. So in order of appearance, we had Taz and Moose start out the match, followed by Myers. Oh, goodness, getting tired. Followed by Bhupinder Gujar. And then Kenny King, Killer Kelly, Masha Slamovich, Yuya Imura, Bully Ray, and then the head of Team Dreamer, Tommy Dreamer. And this was probably, honestly, these are fun, but this storyline hasn't been that exciting for me. Like, I enjoyed the last match. I don't know what reeled me in, but I got reeled in. But now it was like, okay, now it's time to end this, and it does. For reasons outside of the company, sadly, it sounds like this is going to be Tommy's last appearance for a while. He's got to take care of family and, personal things.
Family first.
Yes, absolutely. And that is one great thing about Impact Wrestling is they do realize how important family is. So, but what did you think about the Hardcore War?
There was a lot going on, and I just want to say that Kelly and Masha held tough through the whole match. They were part of most of the big spots, if you think about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I think, honestly, the fans were going to be most curious to see what they were going to do, because it's like, oh, we got some knockouts in here. Nice. All right.
The fact that Kelly came in with the staple gun and immediately started stapling everyone, including herself, was chef's kiss.
Unbelievable.
The only thing this match was missing was light tubes.
Yeah, and that's one thing I don't think we're going to get a lot of in. Have we ever gotten light tubes?
No. We just have a promo video of Masha. It's not even like a promo video. It's like I don't know, but it's like her with the light tubes.
Oh, it's like a broken light tube and she's like licking it or something.
She smashes it or whatever. Yeah.
Because she's nuts.
No light tubes. It's okay. I understand. They're super dangerous.
Yes. Yeah. They got stinky stuff. It's not good. But yeah, so Tommy.
The dust.
Well, yeah, it's like, they're like poisonous gases or something.
No, they don't make them like that anymore. There is dust that comes off of it though, but I'm sure it's like toxic to a certain degree, but it's not mercury anymore.
Oh, okay. So, Tat in the chat says, table lit by fire was missing. Well, yeah, that's about the only thing. I mean, they did have a couple table spots, I do believe. But, yeah, fire's about the only thing they didn't do. Yeah. Did a ton of other stuff. So. Oh, looks like someone's trying to connect here.
Someone knocking?
Yeah.
Who could it be?
Someone. Who could it be now?
Nope.
It's 2 seconds. That's all it was.
No, it doesn't. Too much. 2 seconds too much.
Too much. There he is. All right. We're bringing him in.
Bill!
Is he?
He's frozen.
I can see him. There he
he's
is.
here. Oh,
I'm frozen. How's it going?
It's going.
It's going. How's it going for you, Bill? Oh, okay.
Oh, what a night! What a night! A lot of things happened.
Yeah, new champs,
Hold on.
surprises. he's gonna adjust some
Where are you guys up to right now?
We are getting towards the end. We were talking about the hardcore.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna check my. Hold on.
Oh, and he's gone.
Just like that. Well,
All right. Well, if he comes back soon, we'll quiz him about the other stuff. No, we'll at least see what he enjoyed about the show itself. And I think there's tapings tomorrow. Don't quote me on that. I know they did some advertising for stuff, so I hope they get a decent crowd for tomorrow, because I know sometimes it's hard for Monday nights.
Isn't it sold out? I could have sworn I heard that both nights were sold out.
Oh, maybe they are. I know.
Don't quote me.
I'm not sure. Oh, Gary Rossetti in the chat says, "I believe in Bill Gardner." He believes in Front Row Bill.
He'll be back. He's just gonna tweak the connection a little bit. You know how hotels can be. Wonk City.
Oh yeah. They're either really good or barely there.
Yeah. Well, anyway, back onto this. So I liked a couple of the spots. Obviously, Kelly with the staple gun. The Shane submission that ended up getting broken up by Kelly, and Masha grabbing chairs and just taking out the dudes opposite of their teams while they were caught in this large submission. What is that called? I say chain, but I'm sure that's not what the hell that is. It's like a daisy chain.
Submission centipede. No.
Hey, you know what? That sounds better. Okay. Also, I already know. La la la. I can't hear you. Okay, so the part where the refs beat up Bully Ray really made me feel so much pride.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Daniel Spencer for getting in on that mofo.
Yeah, that was fun.
And everybody else, well deserved. Everyone's tired of bullying everyone.
He's like, hold my ladder. Hold the ladder. And they're like, nah, bro.
Miss Ma'am, nay. nay. Jumped him, and then when Tommy wanted it, like, hey, hold the ladder, they're like, you got it, dreamer.
And it was crazy because Tommy never does those kind of moves.
No. Not in a long time.
Yeah.
Which is smart. But if you're gonna hang it up for however long, do it with a bang, right? And I think he nailed it. Oh,
he definitely did.
The winner of the feud is Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah. So sadly, though, if he's stepping away for a bit to take care of personal stuff, that leaves Bully Ray and the company to start stuff with someone else. So I guess we wait, see what happens.
Agreed.
Right, Rocky? Hi, Rocky. Hi. What you doing? Did you come to join the show? Stick your tail in the camera like you just don't care? Yes, of course you did. All right, we continue.
You can't see him, but there's a cat here.
The first... Aw.
He can't get to me anymore, so he can't climb into the shot.
You got him like walled off or something?
Not walled off. It's just the way I have things set up. He just can't get to anywhere, like the desk. He just can't get up to it.
Oh, that's okay.
Yes, it is, because I was tired of blocking his butt.
Right. Like, oh, look, more cat butt. Thanks, Alicia.
Yeah. Well, you know. Oh, the ladder thing also reminded me of, there's this spot that goes on a lot of the times in the indies and like during hardcore or death matches where the refs have to hold things for certain spots. So right. I feel like that was like a play on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, and
I appreciated it.
And Bully did that too the last time he had a match with Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he was, he had them hold the ladder, but he jumped off the bottom rung or something like that. It was a mock. It was, big mockery. Crazy. All right.
Yes.
So on to the first of two World Championship title matches. I don't know if they announced it early who was gonna headline or whatever. And honestly, both stories were big enough that it could have happened either way. I'm not, I'm not gonna say, oh, this match should have or this match shouldn't have. I'm fine with how it was. Cool to have the ladies headline. And they don't do it all the time, but they do it on some pretty big events, so which is nice.
Yeah, the two who got the headline tonight, it's proven that they have amazing matches with each other. They take each other to the limit, so it's well deserved. But let's talk about Kushida versus Macklin.
Yes, we got Macklin versus Kushida, but before they came out, we had a guest person on
commentator. And also new member of the roster. In case anyone missed the beginning of the show, we talked about Nick Aldis is now part of Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, and it was like it felt like it was just going to be a matter of time, but it had been so long since he'd been with the company, almost between a half year to a year, somewhere in between there. It's been a bit.
Yeah, it's been,
And now that, Mickey's stepping away for a bit, no idea really when she's coming back, but she's got to rest up, obviously.
Right.
Can't mess with those ribs. But yeah, her husband, the former Magnus, is back. Former TNA World Champion. What do you think about this, Alicia? Are you excited about this? Are you kind of, what do you think?
It is what it is. It's interesting that they decided that he would be Macklin, who won the match ultimately. That he would be the probably number one contender, I guess, for what leads on after this.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
All right, taking a second crack at it.
Little better.
Yeah, because I was going between that and the phone, but it still seemed like this was better than the phone.
Yeah, you were really lagged before. So.
But I heard you were getting to the co-main event.
Yes.
Yeah, we just started talking about, what did you think about Aldis being there? Surprise showing up there.
Yeah, especially with Mickey being out, that was definitely a surprise timing. It seemed like at some point he was going to show up, but with Mickey still around, so that was a surprise, and that was a good surprise.
Yeah, and look,
good surprise. Good surprise.
Yeah, we've all talked about this before. He's not everyone's cup of tea, but I'll say this: I may have only hung out for a bit as far as watching the Billy Corgan's NWA product prior to the pandemic, but I was pretty happy with how Nick Aldis carried himself and carried that company. Now, controversy aside, I'm not going to get into all the stuff that he and I don't even think I know even half of it, what happened really with him and at the NWA. But at the end of the day, he got what he wanted. He's out of the NWA and he's back in a company that is, it's still the same company, but it's run by completely different people. So it's basically him jumping into a brand new company. I think he's going to do fine in Impact Wrestling.
Agreed.
Nah. Magnus is back.
Ow!
Good old Magnus. Now we just need an appearance from Sweet Auntie D. How about that? So yeah, Nick crickets on that one. Nick Aldis on commentary. We got Macklin versus Kushida. Bill, how is the crowd for this one?
Pro Kushida, of course. Heavy pro Kushida. Macklin was not endearing himself to the crowd.
Yeah, of course.
He is homegrown, J-Bone. Macklin. And so you know who I had to support. And that was Steve Macklin.
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. I honestly, I would have been happy with either one just because I can appreciate both sides of the story. But I can say I was hoping more for Macklin because it felt like it even besides making sense, he's proven himself in this company.
He got a little screwed over, I feel like, a little while back, and I feel like it rectified itself.
You do, really?
Yeah, I do. We don't have to get into it, though, because everybody should remember a certain... I forget how many people match that he should have won for a chance at the title.
Oh, okay.
And that is just my personal opinion, though. Who cares if it's not? If anybody feels otherwise.
No, you were just it was just reminding me of.
I remember
that part of the story. So,
yes.
So no, there's nothing wrong.
Where it all began.
Yeah, it was his frustration and I mean, it's just from day one. I know not everybody was team Steve Macklin from day one. I could say I was excited about it. I had a feeling about him. I felt like the attitude was there. We just had to see where it was going to go. You know, it was like,
right.
It's like, hey, this guy's drinking his whiskey. He's kicked back.
Whiskey guy. That's what I was calling him. Yeah. Whiskey guy.
I was like, oh, he's got the bottle of doom. This guy's good. But yeah, and Kushida, man, he's so good. So good. Did we lose Bill again?
I think we did.
Oh man.
Oops.
All right, we'll take him out for a bit, see if we can come back. But yeah, for the match itself, what did you think?
Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm just trying to put down my eyelash. I really enjoyed it. I granted had a gut feeling that Macklin was going to take it. After all that build up and everything he's kind of gone through to kind of prove that he was the man, he definitely laid it down and it let Scott D'Amore really know how he felt after everything. Although Scott kind of asked for it because he was kind of a dick when he handed the belt to Macklin.
Oh yeah, it definitely got personal there.
Absolutely, yeah. Like it was such a catty move on Scott's part that it's like, dude, what did you think was going to happen? It's Macklin, for fuck's sake.
You take it and Macklin's like, put it on me. He's got his arms raised like he's gonna wrap it around his waist, fasten it in the back, and what you expect a baseball spank on the ass too? I mean, no, he flipped him around, put it on his chest, he kind of gave him a chop, and yeah, we're off to
who doesn't love a baseball slap to the ass?
That's old school.
The wind up. Sorry. But yeah, so, shit went down. Scott was such a cunt.
Yeah. He got knocked on his tuchus.
He served up petty and got his just desserts for it.
Yeah, He's eating crow now because he did not want to follow through on what he said he was going to do.
Yeah, not a good look.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So now Nick Aldis witnesses this, and he's like, "Well, shoot, you know, that's my boss laying on."
I'm gonna invite myself to be the first contender to this guy who hit the bus. All right.
Yeah,
it's all right.
If anything, it's more just standing up for the little man.
Yeah.
In the corner.
But also, we all know how Impact loves to do this, so we'll just take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Like, sure, guys. Sure.
I'm sure it'll happen. But at least someone like Nick Aldis coming in, love him or hate him, the guy's talented.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You hand him a microphone, you don't have to worry.
He's Impact alumni, bro.
Yeah. And he's world traveled. He's learned a ton from, many veterans in the business.
For sure.
So he's good to go. I think he'll be a good addition to the roster.
Agreed.
May take a while to warm up this, some, but I think nonetheless, I think he carries himself really well. Really well.
Agreed.
Yeah. And
he looks like a businessman.
Yeah, he does.
His fancy suit and blue suede shoes.
Sorry. The guy knows how to wear a suit. I've seen him in about 1 billion suits, yeah. Let's see. All this for the save. All right, now main event.
This was a great match. For me, I want to say that this was match of the night for me.
Okay. I was very excited about this.
Yes. One. It's been a long time since we've seen Deonna versus Jordan, and these two really killed it. Really brutalized each other too. A little bit of blood, a little bit of guts.
Yeah, this one got very physical. Okay, yeah. Bill's gonna hang out in the chat. That's all right.
That's okay, Bill.
Bill, you can tell us more about your experience being there live
when you're home
this Thursday. Okay. You talk about highlights, the crowd.
Bill's field trip review.
Yes, absolutely. We got Deonna Purrazzo as our new Impact Knockouts champion. And I was ready for either of these girls to step up and take it.
For sure. Both are reliable champs.
Oh yeah. Wasn't worried about either one. Like, I had more trouble trying to remember. I'm like, okay, let's see. If Jordan wins, this is win number 3. If Deonna wins, and I couldn't remember how many times she had been champ. Is it twice or 3 times?
I want to say 3 times.
So is this number 4?
Critical. Critical. Can we get a number?
I'm sure we're gonna have a few people.
Anybody who remembers. I don't know. Real quick, can I just say that both ladies' gear looked great. Their makeup was on point, but Jordan's gear, I loved the green on her, and like the green tinsely stuff in her hair looked really fun.
Oh yeah, it was like weaved into her hair,
Yeah,
if there's another term for it, I apologize, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Braided. It was braided into her hair. Yeah, it looked great. It really did. Jordan's just been killing it. All right, Critical Sting says this is number 3. Okay, felt like 4, but okay. Three. Okay, everybody's saying it's 3. Okay,
so this makes it 3. All right. I don't know. She was champ for a long time. Maybe that's why I thought it was already at 3.
Yeah. And it's been a while too, which is actually refreshing, you know.
Yeah, I think it was a good choice, and especially a little insider tidbit is that Deanna and Steve Macklin are married in real life, and so this is like an interesting, like his and hers accomplishment for the couple, like a wedding present, kind of. Think of it that way. So
Yeah.
I just thought it's kind of cute.
I can't wait to see the picture of those two together. And usually it's rare, but usually someone sneaks it onto one of their social medias, like, hey, by the way, you know, because it's just something we don't see much. We saw it with Sue Young and Rich Swann. We saw it with Johnny Impact and Taya. And I'm trying to think if there's anyone else.
What Allie and her dude, right? Even though storyline wise they broke up soon after.
Are you talking about the dude that she's with an
Oh, I don't know his name. Yeah, he's part of the Butcher and the Blade.
Oh no, they're still all together, I think.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying is that storyline wise, when they were both in Impact, they had the storyline where they got together, and then they were together, and she became champ or something, and he got jealous, and they broke up. Storyline wise.
Oh no, I
don't know what is this.
I don't even remember that.
I do.
I thought you were gonna say, did they were they champions together?
Oh yeah, no, never mind. Sorry, brain fart. I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. I was just thinking of like, didn't he come out and celebrate with her? Which is like, that's like a championship, right?
There was some like sabotage of a wedding. Maria Kanellis was part of it.
It was Laurel Van Ness.
Is that
Chelsea
what it was?
Green. It was when Chelsea Green became the hot mess.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because I guess the whole thing psychologically broke her. So
right. That's funny.
Love, man, right? It was a long time ago. This was 2017 that this was a thing. So it's been
exciting
5 years.
Come aboard.
All right, we gotta hurry up, man. My lashes are starting to come off.
Oh,
they don't want to be on anymore.
I don't have that problem.
Yeah, it's a commitment.
Sorry.
But yeah, so great match. A lot of good spots. Where are my notes?
I saw someone in the chat talking about the flip, the backwards flip that
the moonsault. Yeah, I brought that up in the chat, the private chat. That she went for a standing moonsault and didn't land it quite right. It looked like a little iffy. But otherwise, and there was a spill that Jordan took to the outside of the ring that looked like she landed pretty rough.
Yeah.
Against the guardrail.
They clobbered the crap out of each other.
They take each other to task. I know that's like my saying of the night. But when these two get in the ring, they show you why they're the top dogs in this company. Absolutely. As far as competition for the women's championship, they have a standard. They set a standard. And there's a reason why they're hard to beat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the rest of the division looks at them and says, well, damn, you know, I mean, yeah, it's all, we know it's all predetermined, but still, you know, you want to put on a good show. You want to show that you belong there. And when you're in the ring with them, yeah, you better bring it, you know?
Yeah.
So
gotta bring your A game.
That's right.
Yeah.
Of course, Rocky's here to join me at the end of the show here. Thank you so much. But yeah, great show. I don't know if I was, you know, that vested in the whole card. There were certainly ones that stood out more than others. We got 2 new world champs. That certainly is a big draw for the event. they also, I was trying to think of any last little things. Oh, they showed the was it, I don't know what, the pillow buddies, I forget, the slam buddies, whatever they're called.
I don't know what they're called, but they showed Chris Bay and Santino Marella.
Yeah, and they're a lot smaller than like the other ones that I've seen for sale. Like the other ones are like big, like the classic ones. These are like half the size. These are like as tall.
Minis?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not the targeted audience for that kind of stuff unless it's the Death Doll ones. So
are they even still selling those?
I don't know, and I'm sad because I didn't get any of them.
Oh man. Well, we know people. Hopefully,
hey guys, my birthday's coming up.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
Slam buddies, yes, thank you, bonus baby.
Slam buddies, that's not something appropriate. Slam buddies.
And they also said that tomorrow is the last day for the pre-order on the action figures.
And then, so this is just the pre-order, right? They're going to release them again probably later on if they do well, I imagine. And then you could just order them as is, right?
From the site, yeah. It's going to be a unique thing because it's not going to be like where you could just go to the store and pick them up.
Well, like, yeah, obviously you would have to order them off of a site, but I'm just saying is like normally when you start something like pre-order is before it comes out and it's kind of help funding and stuff like that. But then once it becomes a thing, it's just a regular available regularly.
Yes.
I don't know. It's late, guys. I'm like up past my bedtime. I'm an old woman.
You're not an old woman.
I'm elderly.
You are so
elderly, I tell you.
She needs a nap. All right.
I took one today, too. That's the sad part.
Did you? Well, then you have no excuse.
I drink coffee. I'm failing here.
No, you're doing fine. Let's get out of here. Fun show. Any last thoughts?
It was stupendous, and I'm glad I had fun watching it. Because like I said in the beginning, I was a little apprehensive before I ordered it, and then I was glad I did because it was a really exciting show. They really progressed a lot of things, and so, I love when they catch me by surprise.
Yeah, and this is a big change in the company on many levels. You got new knockouts champs, new men's world champ.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see where it goes from here. So, and I'm excited because I'm behind Macklin all the way. He's absolutely earned this spot. He's busted his ass. So, but hey, nonetheless, you folks know what to do on your way out of here tonight. I didn't say this earlier. I always do. I don't know what's wrong with me. But anyways, smash that like button. What?
Sorry, I fucked you up, man. I was just gonna like the like button. Hit the bell.
Hit the bell, smash that like button, ring that bell for notifications, and I'm whacking my cat in the head. I'm sorry. All right. Thank you. We will see you guys Thursday. Bill will be back, and he'll be able to give us more stories from the road. Yes. And might even have a guest. Gotta wait and see.
Oh.
Yes. More surprises. Take care, folks. Good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Toodaloo.